Welcome everyone. Hope you're having a great day. This is Algebra 2, a group assignment word problems with quadratics. So this first part right here, this is all in quadratics 1.2, this first part. So 1.2, check out your handouts. Page 33 to answer these questions, fill in the blanks. This one's quadratics 1.3. Help you to fill in those blanks, right? So it goes over definitions of a quadratic function, parabolas, right? All these definitions that we're going to do. Okay, so this one gives you the vertex of the x-coordinate here. This is given by negative b over 2a. The vertex y-coordinate is given by the f of that value. So what I mean by that is, so when you find the vertex, right? So vertex. So the vertex is given by negative b over 2a, comma, and then once you find that number, you substitute that, so f of that value, negative b over 2a. So you enter that into your function. Okay, so negative b over 2a, we identify given our values here. We have 3, negative 6, and 8. And we're comparing it to this quadratic function, right? A, b, and c. So this value here, that's a. So a is equal to 3. We have our b, so b equal to negative 6. And then our c is equal to 8. So just by looking at our quadratic, we can identify what the a, b, and c are. And we just put that into our vertex. Right, so once we have our a, b, c, then we can find what this is right here. Right, so given that, I'm just going to write this out. So this one has negative b over 2a. So negative, your b is negative 6. Your a is 3. So 2 times 3 on the bottom. So we get negative 6 over 6, right? 2 times 3 is 6. And the double negatives is positive, so positive 1. Right? So when you write this out, your vertex is going to be 1 something. Right? Because we figured that out using negative b over 2a. So once we know that value, then we substitute that value into the function to find what is the y-coordinate of our vertex. So given our original equation, we just find what is f of 1, right? And it gives it here. So f of 1, so 1 squared minus 6 times 1 plus 8, so you get 3 minus 6 plus 8, and you end up with 5. Right, so the y-coordinate of the vertex is 5, right there. Yeah, when you're applying it to word problems, which you're going to be doing later on. So for the ones we're doing, right, so this value is going to be time at highest point or lowest. And then this value will be the height. So height at highest or lowest point. Right, so this one could be at 1 second. This projectile was 5 feet or 5 miles, whatever the units are. And that'll be the highest or lowest point depending on the graph. Okay, so this is what it says, our x equals negative b over 2a is what we did. And once we find that, we substitute that value, plug it in, and figure it out. Okay, so let's do number 1. So first thing, right, we identify what is our a, b, and c values. So we have our a equal negative 3. We have our b value, which is 12. And then our c value, which is negative 9. So we just identify what our A, B, and C are. Then we're going to find what is the axis of symmetry. So axis of symmetry is given by x equals negative b over 2a. And we use our values. So we have negative 2, and then our b value is 12. So we put 12 in there. Our a value is negative 3. So we put negative 3 for a. So we substitute our b, which is 12, and our a, which is negative 3, and then we're just going to simplify this thing. So we get negative 12 over negative 6. And you divide that, you get positive 2. So our axis of symmetry is given by x equals 2. So x equals 2. And then the coordinates of the vertex, that's going to be 2 comma something. Right? So whatever we get as our axis of symmetry, we write it as our x value of our vertex right there. And then we figure out what is the coordinates. We're going to use f of. So given our function f of x equals negative 3x squared plus 12x minus 9, we want to find what is f of 2. Because we want to find what is the height at 2 seconds. And that's what it's going to tell us. What is the height at 2 seconds? So we just substitute. So I'm just going to put parentheses every time I see an x value. And now we're just going to substitute our 2. Then we're just going to calculate this out, right? 2 squared first. It's 4. Break down everything. 12 times 2. So we do exponents first. Then we multiply. Negative 3 times 4, negative 12. 12 times 2, 24. Bring down the minus 9. And then we add and subtract going left to right. Negative 12 plus 24 is positive 12. Minus 9 is 3. Right there. So this 3 goes right there. So that's the coordinates of our vertex, 2, 3. Okay, so you can think about it as at 2 seconds, your maximum height is 3 feet. Okay, and that is our graph. So if you have a parabola like this, your vertex would be 2, 3 at this point, right there. All right, so at 2 seconds is the highest point, which is 3 feet.